Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rage, and we are back today with a quick update video here in regards to the upcoming events that we do see a couple already being previewed for next week. And as well, guys, looking in the data mines, we might actually have a pretty good glimpse of what's going to be coming here for the BAXTER Tower. So that was a little bit of a leak in terms of what we can see, but we'll see until obviously things are confirmed. They don't usually list this until the day of or previously on the website there. So guys, first and foremost, before we get started here, just as a quick couple of reminders here, making sure that you guys are going through some of these events that have gone live. Remember, they released this new Fantastic Force mini showcase here, so make sure you guys are doing this because this has been an opportunity here to just get some resources. As you can see, it also accumulates energy over time, so it's easy to miss this. You can get training mats. There's some crimson gear in addition to gold here, so it really just depends on what you need for your roster as well and your progression. We know there's a few more days left there of negative zone. We have the invasion event for Quasar, so we got that covered, guys. In case you haven't been able to complete it, I did make videos already on this, and it's really smooth because you don't even necessarily need the accursed team to get all the rewards. And if you want to get actually even a full 7 red for Quasar without Thunderbolts, you can technically just do it with Vigilante and Quasar as well. So just something to be mindful of there. Now, what I was referring to earlier, though, guys, is these Omega BAXTER towers and the BAXTER building. The BAXTER building is going to be for newer players to mid-game, whereas this Omega BAXTER tower, we already know what the 11 teams are going to be. Now, the question here is whether or not it's going to be difficult. You can see here each floor situated with some crimson gear. And remember, guys, we have this unstable cells event next week. So we're going to be, all these unstable cells that we've been saving from the arena, it's going to be coming now back to us in full fruition here. So we can utilize that. Hopefully there's some opportunities for some more gear tier 20 pieces. Now, depending on how far you guys want to go here, because this tower is going to be dependent on what teams you have available, and then we'll go through that in a bit more detail. But again, just make that assessment for yourself because you may not want to participate in this event. There's a little bit of isolate purple, there's some ions here and there. I don't believe this is tied back to any specific event. As you can see, there's not really an event or fragment and whatnot tied back to it. But having said that, there are unstable cells, which we can obviously get a little bit more of, and you can see that's really the bulk of the reward. And next week, there is an unstable cells orbs event. Unstable cells orb that we can utilize to open more of. So just something to be mindful of there. But we'll go through that, guys. And as well, as a quick reminder too, don't forget to always check the command center. I mean, these are changing every single day and every single week. So you just want to make sure you're able to capitalize, right? There's the big one with the Harbinger finale, making sure that you're playing your Fantastic Force campaign, which is the one I just showed you earlier. So that way it can get you more shards of Quasar. To be honest, it's not going to be meaningful at this point anyways, because most of us already would have maxed out Quasar. But after at some point, you'll be starting to accumulate some of these intel credits. So that's where it's kind of more meaningful now. And then even at the very end here, there are some negatives or fragments, which is definitely nice for some gear tier 20 pieces there. Okay, and then the next one here is the Harbinger finale week 4. And you can see here, we are just simply spending campaign energy. And as well, once again, very similar to last week, the collection of the unstable cells coming from mainly arena and other events. And then as well, if you played a war with a gear tier 19 Quasar, you would have got some significant points there. In addition, if you do have Franklin Richards getting unlocked, and remember, his release is coming tomorrow, guys. If you do unlock him at 5 stars and above, you're going to be able to get these fantastic diamond orb fragments, which are a premium orb that you can take advantage of there for diamond opportunities. Okay, that pretty much covers everything that's in game, guys, in terms of what's being previewed right now. Let's talk about the data mines. So it's always been a little confusing for the last couple of weeks because they've been including batches of data mines, whether it's for next week or the future week following. So that's why it's been harder to decipher. But having said that, that's why we piece together with the blog post, so that way we can make those inferences of what's happening actually in the next week. So we're just going to go back a little bit here in case you guys missed this, but there is going to be a rotation here now. Invisible Woman MCU, she is coming in the way of the Battle Pass for Season 52, so that's going to be the next one in addition to some Intel currency. We already covered this last week, but we thought Battle World was returning this week. Well, turns out we were wrong. It's actually next week, so it is going to be coming up soon pretty quickly here. If you guys need to maximize shards on null, this is going to be the opportunity where folks are going to finally get a chance to actually bring him all the way up to 7 yellow, myself included. We have the Hood Rises here, which is already currently live, right? Using the Thunderbolts team at 5 stars and above. So that's what I mean. They've been kind of mixing and matching some of the data mine information. The new Danger Room. So we already saw this from last week, but it is actually accurate, which is great to see. The new Danger Room actually comes, I believe, tomorrow at reset. So that's pretty big, guys. The new Danger Room, in addition to the BAXTER Tower. Okay, so something to be mindful of there. we have the Harbinger Finale Week 5. So this is just going to be playing raids and spending the unstable cells to earn rewards. And this is why we know next week we're finally going to get a chance to spend this stuff. So using the new Fantastic Force heroes at Gear Tier 20 is also going to give you some bonus exclusive points there. So you can see that's really just having any of those characters at Gear Tier 20. And to be honest, I am actually planning to bring in Franklin Richards for the last and final section of Age of X, so he might actually be Gear Tier 20. I do have enough battle resources, but it's just, you know, making sure that you have enough, obviously, to get through the sections until that moment there. But there's some opportunities there if you guys are in a similar boat to myself. Following that, guys, we have a new strike pass here featuring Mr. Fantastic MCU. So that's kind of at this point, it's pretty much assumed every character that gets released has their turn order. So the next one's probably going to likely be Franklin Richards himself. We have this new Super Skrull heist event. So earning a 1 diamond ARES and as well as Captain Britain, they're going to be available in 1 diamond. And then as well, it's really nice because this event is actually really similar to the Mephisto event we had, the Mephisto heist, where you basically just have to blitz with him once and then you got all the rewards. So there's going to be opportunity for that. If you don't have Super Skrull at 7 stars, you are going to have to play raids to earn these Gear Tier 18 materials to enter into Dark Dimension 6, and then you can earn actually Super Skrull through the completion of that as well. So yeah, it depends on what you want to do, but the easiest way is going to be, if you already have them at 7 yellow, just play the 1 blitz battle, boom, done. Okay, Multiversal Force. So we know this one was upcoming because this is going to be the group one. We haven't had a global one for quite some time, but I love these ones because collectively all the players in Marvel Strike Force gets to work on this together. So join forces with fellow commanders to help bring stability and peace to the multiverse. Gain progress in this event by earning quad coins in the Danger Room, which we know is coming up, and then as well earning more Invisible Woman MCU shards. So we know already from the blog announcement yesterday. Oh, sorry, my video yesterday, anyways. Is that there's 100 shards being available. So this is going to be massive, guys. Definitely do not want to miss out that. And then last but not least, this is what I was able to identify in the offer section of the Dynamines, which is, I believe these are going to be the respective floors here now for the Baxter Tower. All right, so just something to be mindful of, guys, for this event anyways. This Baxter building tower, very similar to what we had with the Accursed. You don't necessarily need all these characters built up to the utmost, but from what I understand anyways, you do need the full team, and they don't need to be as strong as you think. And that's why I wanted to go through the rewards real quick to see if you guys are going to make that decision process on whether or not it's worth it. But it looks like these are the respective teams anyways, which are Fantastic Four, MCU, the OG Fantastic Four. We have Orcus, Night Stalkers, which should be built up already for raids. We have Liberty being part of War, Starjammers for Cosmic Crucible, Vigilantes, obviously, for raids, which is great because of great, amazing value there. Merch for Money, Astro, most of us should have built up already for Battle World, Alpha Flight for raids already, and then Illuminati. So those are what we see right now, and those 11 floors do tie back to what we see right now in the event preview, because even if you look at the Omega Baxter Tower here, there are in fact 11 milestones tied back to each floor. So it's going to be interesting if it's going to be 1-to-1 or if you can just use one team to get through all of them. But my suspicion is the fact that it's probably 1-to-1. So just something to be mindful of there, guys. Anyways, starts on the day, which is tomorrow at Reset. Will could be posted. Do let me know what you guys think in comments below. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.